Hey guys, what's up? This is Paul Murphy. So in this video, this is going to be a good one today because we're going to be showing you how to rank YouTube videos on the front page of Google. I'm going to show you the kind of common mistakes that most people make. I'm actually going to give you 5 or 6 really fast tips that you're going to be able to use and implement in your business immediately. And I'm actually going to show you how we're doing it as well. I'm actually going to show you some screenshots of when we ranked our videos immediately and then we pushed them straight over to the front page of Google. So without further ado, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some quick proof just so you can kind of see. As you can see, this is my channel here 26 minutes ago. That one's 26 minutes ago. That one again, 3 simple steps to earn money on YouTube. As you can see, this is Nicole, who is actually somebody who one of my students, and also there you go, we're both ranking for the same keyword there. And also how to make money on YouTube, you can say 4 hours ago. And so on and so on. I mean, I'm not doing this to brag. I'm just showing you that so you can see I'm actually qualified to do this. I mean, and then these goes on and on and on. Like I can literally select anyone, as you can see. 17 minutes ago. 17 minutes ago. I mean, some of these are YouTube, some of these are Google. But we push these over to, let me just find some more Google ones. These are all YouTube. This one's Google, as you can see, 17 minutes ago. I mean, these are just ones that I found today. As you can see, 5 minutes ago, how to host a live webinar for free. You know, the system that we do, the way we do this is actually really easy. And most people kind of overcomplicate this. And all we really need to do is give Google and YouTube what it wants to rank your videos. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to come back into here and then I'm going to show you how this works and how we set this up and why we use YouTube as well. So the first thing I want to kind of, you see this picture, this wind farm. Now the wind farm to me is electricity. So it's like the electricity that's actually going to be able to give us all of the rankings, all the things for free, right? The wind is free. Wind is free. You walk around, it's free. And the wind farm is just one step. Now to better illustrate this, if you take this old coal mine, right? Now back in the day, before we had renewable energy, before we had anything like a wind farm or anything like that to generate, or solar panels, or all these kind of things that have kind of come about in the last 10, 20 years, we had to go through a number of steps to generate electricity, right? So we'd have to employ miners, dig out the mine for the coal, burn the coal, create the steam, and then eventually we get electricity. So we'd have to do 4 or 5, 5 or 6 different steps before we got to the electricity. Now the thing about this is that this is what business is doing today. This is what everybody is doing in business today. We have to go through these 5 or 6 steps. Now, if you want me to just illustrate that, you'll see, you know, YouTube is giving us the electricity, okay? But if you want to go and generate a business without using YouTube, where you're paying for traffic, where you're starting a business from scratch, okay, you can actually, I'm just going to give you one example here, but you can apply this to pretty much anything, and you'll find that you always have at least 6 steps, right? You might have to buy a course, you get a website, you might employ an agency, a couple of grand a month for a decent agency so that you can actually generate the traffic. Then you've got your ad spend on top of that. Then you're going to have to test out all your audiences and products, you know, if you're doing Facebook or Google advertising, until you get a winner. Now, you know, if you want to actually go and get a pen and paper and actually write down how many steps it's going to take you to generate a profit, you'll always come up with a minimum of, my guess is you're always going to come up with a minimum of 6 different steps, okay? But because we've got renewable energy, our renewable energy is YouTube, and we just put up a video, and the wind, which is YouTube, gives us the electricity. And that's the great thing about this, is that you don't even need a product if you want to do affiliate marketing. We do it for affiliate marketing, but if you want to actually just put up your wind farm, generate electricity for your business, using this system I'm going to show you now, you'll be able to generate lots of electricity. Now, I'm just going to pop up on the screen a 10-part series, which actually goes into much more detail about this. And I'm also going to pop up a screen, a masterclass, which is a 1-hour masterclass where you can actually go either or you can do both if you're kind of crazy. And those 2 links are actually going to take you a bit deeper after this video. But what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to talk you through some very simple steps that you can take immediately to get these rankings pushed over to the front page of Google. Okay? So how to get YouTube to work for your business, how to be the big I am, right? And to become the big wind farm that we want it to be. Okay, number 1, you're going to have to give YouTube what it wants. Now, when I started doing this and I started figuring this out, I was trying to hire gurus. Now, unless you're learning this from me or somebody who's worked with me, you're not going to be able to figure this out, because I actually went to spend, I had a big wad of cash, right, and I said, look, I want to spend this money, guys. I want you to show me how to do it, and nobody had a definitive answer. So if you want to do this, you've got to give YouTube what it wants to rank your videos, okay, and that's it. So I basically went to my ad manager at the time at Google, and I said, look, how do we push this over? And he said, well, YouTube wants to rank, Google wants to rank YouTube videos, and that's why we're starting to push them on the front pages. That's why we're starting to put them in a big banner at the top, you know, where you see 2 or 3 videos. He said, and the reason we're doing that is because obviously we keep people on our platform, we can sell them more advertising space, and that's how YouTube and Google make money, right? Google owns YouTube, I'm sure most of you know that, but that's how they make their money. So if you're basically giving it what it wants to rank the video, keeping it simple, don't confuse Google, don't confuse YouTube, then you can rank immediately, like I just showed you in some of those rankings. You can literally rank in seconds by giving Google and YouTube what it wants. Okay, so what is that? What do we actually need to focus on? First thing we need to do, I didn't put a capital to keep it all in line there, but you want to make sure it's relevant, right? Because if it's not relevant, if somebody clicks on your link, whatever your title of your video is, and it's not relevant to what they're searching for, okay, that's going to send a spike to Google and YouTube that your channel, what you're doing isn't really relevant. It isn't going to be something that they want to rank for. Now, if you basically post up something where it says underwater basket weaving, the video's about underwater basket weaving, you show them how to do some underwater basket weaving in a very short video, that sends all the right spikes to Google and YouTube, okay? And then once you've created 2 or 3 videos, you suddenly start ranking immediately, because Google knows that everything you're posting up is relevant, okay? And it learns that very fast. Now, you can do this in a very short space of time. You can do this with the first few videos. As long as you post up a few videos that are ranking, that are relevant, and when people click on them, they're staying on them. That's how they measure it, right? If people bounce away or stay, that is going to that's giving Google and YouTube what they want. So that sounds kind of like a little bit simplistic, but that's basically one of the first things you want to make sure it's relevant, right? You want to make sure your video is what they're looking for. Okay, most people get this wrong as well. You know, a lot of people will try and rank for all these keywords, and then their videos could go on about all sorts of different stuff. You've got to keep it relevant, okay? This video is about how to rank on rank YouTube videos on Google. This is relevant, right? This is, and if you're still watching right now, it's because I'm keeping this relevant. So there you go. So you want to make sure it's relevant. Okay, so that's number 2, and it's kind of, you know, like really, really important that you get that right. And number 3 is you get to the point. Okay, if you're, you know, trying to like create a video, especially with your first few videos, you can make longer videos and a little bit more in-depth videos once you've kind of gained that know, like, and trust with your audience and with Google and YouTube. But if you're not getting to the point in your videos, and I see this a lot, again, a lot of top big gurus, you know, and they go on and on about all these different things, and then they get to, you know, and people will leave. Okay, I promise you, people will leave. So you've got to get to the point, and you've got to kind of get to the point fast, right? You've got to say that this is what the video is about. Here we go. This is what it's about. Okay, and you'll notice that I do that in a lot of my videos. You know, I'm actually getting to the point very quickly, because the fact is that those spikes, those kind of algorithm spikes, are going to come from people staying on your video. Again, you know, Google measures all this from watch time, right? Their algorithms are looking at everything, and they get this. Okay, and as long as you're keeping it relevant, and as long as you get to the point, okay, you're off to a winner. Okay, next time you post up a video, you're going to be on to a winner. Okay, now one of the other things here is that you want to share on social media. Now, within the first 24 hours, you want to be sharing this, okay, because what Google's looking at, okay, then there's all these millions of SEO tactics out there. SEO stands for search engine optimization, if you haven't heard that term. Okay, and search engine optimization is kind of the old way of doing things. Now, people still do it, people still rave about it. Great, I'm not knocking you for it. You know, as a long-term strategy, it works. But it doesn't work if you want to kind of get some business now. If you're like wanting to place up an ad on the front page of Google, you wouldn't use SEO, because that's going to take you months to get ranked, right? Because YouTube and Google are fighting against your website, right? Because they want people on their platform, not yours. They have to put your website up because they want to stay search engines, but they really want you on here. Now, but the one thing that's the most important thing to know is about SEO and anything like that is, say for instance, Harry and Meghan are announced their next baby. Okay, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announce their next baby, right? If that happens, then is her name Meghan Markle now, or is it Meghan Windsor? I'm not sure about that one. Post below if you know if it's Meghan Markle or Meghan Windsor. I actually can't remember. I think we still call her Meghan Markle, right? But basically, if they announce their next baby, if you then, like literally minutes after they announce it, if you then go over to Google and put that in, like basically whatever sites are getting the most views right now, it comes straight to the top of Google. So people think, oh yeah, there's this long-term strategy of ranking on Google, but Google looks at social signals, social media, or any type of media that's basically like just getting loads and loads of traffic right now to make it relevant. Because Google wants to be the most relevant search engine on the planet, it wants to stay there. So for you to be able to kind of tap into that and giving Google and YouTube what it wants, you've just got to make sure that your videos are relevant. Because and by doing that, you share them on social media and it gets all those spikes within the first 24 hours and people watching your video, sharing it. Okay, now obviously if you're thinking, where do I put it? Facebook, okay? And I'm not talking about spamming groups. I'm talking about going to your profile and posting, going to your pages and posting. If somebody's asking for some questions on Facebook or anything that your video answers, then you can post it. In the groups that you're known and, this is stuff that you can help people with, you post it, okay? Reddit is amazing. Now, again, you don't want to go spamming Reddit, but if all you need to do is put in the name of your niche, go and have a look at kind of everything that's coming up on Reddit, and then just look for questions where your video answers that question. And then as soon as you've got the right answer, you give them the video. Okay, you just drop it in as a reply to their question. You've now got a backlink on Reddit. You've now got people watching your video. And you'll get people watching it as well if you do it that way, rather than if you just go and put, here's a video, here's a video, here's a video. Because if it's not relevant, it's not really going to be getting any of those views. You get a few of those views in the first, also you've got places like Tumblr. Again, it's a little bit of a goldmine for Tumblr because Tumblr gets lots of likes and shares and people watching your videos. Twitter, obviously, Pinterest. So you've got, and also Instagram. I don't use Instagram hardly at all, but Instagram is one of the big, it's owned by Facebook and it's one of the up and rising stars. In fact, I think that's past. It's now like up there, right? So you've got all these places where you can go and post your videos, okay? And you don't need to do that much. Just a few, few shares, a few posting them out. Also post out to your email list. If you've got an email list and it's relevant to them, again, you obviously don't want to spam anyone, but if you've got an email list and if you've got a segment of your email list that this is relevant to, post it out to them because they're going to watch it, okay? All of that sends all the right spikes to Google and YouTube, and then they will basically go ping and start putting you on the front page of Google very, very quickly, okay? It's really, really works absolute magic, and it's free, right? You can do this. Now, if you haven't got any of these social media profiles, what I'll do is I'll create some more videos where I actually show you how you can kind of build up these profiles so that people watch these videos and share them so that they're not orphan profiles. These are actual valid profiles, okay? It takes a bit of work, but you can do that. And it's going to really, really help you. Now, the key here is with that one is to get them in the first 24 hours, right? Get those done in the first 24 hours because what happens is that Google tends to give you a bit of love in the first 24 hours. Google and YouTube give you a little bit of a push. Okay, so this is your golden opportunity to get all the right spikes and everything going in the right direction, right? Okay, and number 4, I want you to tag your video correctly. Okay, you want to make sure you're not confusing Google. Now, what a lot of people do is they will tag their video with about 30 different tags. Okay, that gets you no rankings, no listings, and no traffic. And the number one reason for that is because YouTube's not understanding what you're doing. It's like, what on earth are you trying to do here? So what we generally tend to do is we tend to get one tag, okay? We put it in the title, the description, and the tags, okay? 111, okay? And that one tag is what the actual title of the video is and what the whole thing is about, okay? We don't try and be clever with anything. We just give it a tag, and that tag will basically tell Google and YouTube, that's what this video is about. That's what we need to rank for. You want to make sure you say it in the first sentence as well because YouTube has its own automatic closed caption system where it's actually going to read it's actually going to understand all your text, and then it will include closed captions. So you want to say it. Okay, so you want to say it at the start, and also because people click on things they don't know where they're at half the time, it just reminds them that that's what they've clicked on. So it's good for them, it's good for you, and it's good for your ranking. So you want to basically make sure you've got all of those listings, get those tags in correctly. Okay, you don't need to overdo this, you don't need to overcomplicate this, but you want to make sure that these tags are in there, right? And number 5, this should be, is to create a nice eye-catching thumbnail again that kind of says what it does on the tin, right? It gives the impression, you know, a bit like an advertisement. You see an image, the image kind of represents what the advertisement is. Okay, you can go to canva.com, which is completely free. You don't need any design skills, and you can, you know, they've got some laid out templates as well. They've even got the right size for YouTube thumbnails, so you don't need to have any. I mean, they've got loads of images in there. They've got all the different style of text. They've got like logos and everything laid out. You can do all sorts of great stuff in there. But for thumbnails as well, you know, you can literally go in there and literally just choose a template and just, you know, just change the text to represent. And then sometimes you don't even need the text, as long as the image is kind of saying what it does on the tin. They'll click on it. So that was number 5. Okay, now there's loads of other tips that I want to give you. And like I say, we've got the 10-part course. Now this course will actually show you how you can actually generate a side income or a full-time income using affiliate marketing. But mainly what it's going to do is it's going to show you how to utilize YouTube properly to create amazing business or side business, and actually get all the traffic you need to all your businesses. And if you want to go to the masterclass, now this masterclass actually is a lot of those 10-part videos is actually condensed into this masterclass. So if you want to kind of find out how it all works and all fits together now, you'll see the link on the screen. Now this masterclass, I'm going to be honest with you, this is like people, because this is kind of part of our course that we've got, that is what people are actually emailing me every single day. I get testimonials from people saying that master, I mean, it's not high level. I don't talk nonsense. I actually show you proof, stats, show you how things are done. So I just want you to make sure you're clear on that. I'm not trying to get you to sign up for something that's not going to be of value to you. And at the end of that masterclass, at the moment, I'm working directly one-on-one with people who want to work with me. So you can actually take advantage of that if you want to actually work directly with me at this moment in time before I get too booked up, right? But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that, guys. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.